Face movement September the 4th, 2017. We're getting a lot of bizarre reports and media blackout what's happening in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. Alright, we got a lot of videos coming. In this video, we're going to be talking about FEMA camps, what's the purpose of FEMA camps, and what's going on down there in Houston, Southeast Texas, and Louisiana. First report, this is from revolutionradio.org, and the report is made by David Hodges. Bizarre reports coming out of Houston and the surrounding area. David Hodge goes on saying, I have lost count of the number of bizarre stories coming out of Hurricane Harvey. The entire region is clouded with controversy, conspiracy, suspicion, and undue. Look at this report from Beaumont, Texas, and we know Beaumont, Texas got hit hard. The city of 118,000 people done lost water. Hospitals were short of supply. They even had running water, folks, for days. All right, folks, and there's still a lot of places they ain't going to get running water back on, and they're telling people to boil water. All right, first off. So this was a report from Beaumont, Texas, that some guy sent to David Hodge. And he writes, my sister just sent me these texts. His sister writes, FEMA's picking up the people who went to the government to rescue them. My friend said that they were herding them like cattle on the plains and not telling them where they were taking them. They were all pretty devastated by what went on down there. These people saw it. They were upset. Then the person wrote back, what? Really? Basically, the sister wrote back, yes, I have friends that just came from Beaumont area and said that the people who did not get rescued by the Louisiana Navy got loaded on planes and were not told where they were being taken to. Alright. Now that's strange, right? So FEMA's herding people on the planes, buses, and not telling them where they were taken to. And we've been hearing a lot of stories about Walmart, about picking up people. Right now, there's martial law and curfews in a lot of areas that was hit by Hurricane Harvey. Alright? But now we got to figure out what's true. Alright? If there's any proof of this, because this is someone saying something. Now, it could be true because FEMA's camp's real purpose is what's going to happen like it happened in 1945. During 1945, during World War II, basically, not just 1945, but during 1940 to 1945, they had Japanese internment camps or concentration camps all over the United States of America that house Japanese people. All right. The reason there be FEMA camps nowadays is not because Trump wants to stop FEMA or Trump is against the New World Order that so many of you people believe, but he is part of the secret society, the elite, the Illuminati. Alright, folks. The reason these FEMA camps are going to be used is going to be most likely from Trump. And the reason for that is because FEMA camps are going to be designated of all the illegal immigrants in the United States of America. Alright, so when they start cracking down on illegal immigrants, alright, when they start cracking down on these dream kids, they're going to have to send them somewhere. So they're going to send them to these internment camps. And also these FEMA camps are going to be used, like right now, in disasters. The FEMA camps are also going to be used on the partial Muslim bans from the people from the Middle East. Alright? So when they start cracking down on illegal immigration, on people's rights, on all these mega storms that are happening, they're going to put people in FEMA camp. And yes, the secret societies, the top 1%, whatever you want to call them, the Illuminati, they want to depopulate the world. And we got videos coming on later this week and next week about the food that we're eating, the GMO Monsantos. But let's get this fact. So most likely the people that got picked up on these planes or buses, like she said, the planes, right, were most likely illegal immigrants that weren't documented to be in the United States of America. So FEMA, instead of sending them to shelters, sent them on these buses, didn't tell them where they were going, and either sent them back or put them in these temporary FEMA camps. Another strange story that's happening down there is, alright, so where do these planes came from? Well, they're military issue. We already know that the Navy's down there. So, this is on CNN. This was written on August 31st, 2017. U.S. military sends warship aircrafts to Texas. Why would the U.S. send military ships and warcrafts and aircrafts to a place that got hit by a hurricane? There ain't no war going on there. The only war that's going on there is probably the war against the people. Alright, so the planes, the aircrafts are right here. We already know that there's warships, the Navy's down there, and people are picking up people off the streets, or FEMA's picking up hurting people in this city of Beaumont that's discommunicated. And it's not just Beaumont, I've been hearing this all over Texas, and there's a media blackout about this. But another thing is, U.S. military sends warship aircraft to Texas. Now this is going to be a link at the bottom. Most likely ain't going to load up on my screen because I got to keep on reloading it. But a couple days before Hurricane Harvey hit in Washington, D.C., FEMA packed up their whole office and got ready to go down to Texas. Was ready to move down there. And this is called The Secret History of FEMA. Alright, I want you guys to go read it. It's about the history of FEMA. So please check it out. The link's going to be at the bottom. Now we're going to get the FEMA trailers. FEMA trailers been used since 1906 San Francisco earthquakes for interim housing, during Hurricane Andrew, during Hurricane Charlie, during Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Rita, and Superstorm Sandy. And in these FEMA trailers during Hurricane Katrina, alright, there was a federal report in July 2008 that identified the toxic level of formaldehyde in 42% of these trailers. So these trailers are built poorly because they got built them all at one time, mass amount of time, and they got to send them wherever. And then you got these real FEMA camps. These FEMA trailers are used in these real FEMA camps. And these FEMA camps are what? Are for the disaster. So far, they've been used for disasters. That are people out of houses, flood damage, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Andrew, Hurricane Rita, Hurricane Harvey. They're going to start coming down there. Alright. The next thing we're going to look at is Hurricane Harvey. Alright. And what FEMA is saying. Alright. FEMA, well, let's move on to the next one. It's going to be at the bottom. But FEMA says that these people are displaced and it's going to take years. Alright. And FEMA's starting to go down there and move people around, put them in hotels, put them in shelters and the convenience centers and all this crazy stuff. Alright, and it took FEMA just to do Hurricane Katrina, since it was the United States' largest disaster and misplaced people, to the year 2012 when they went through lawsuits from the FEMA trailers. Alright, let's move on. Now we hear about Walmart. Walmart is housing people. Alright, I've been hearing the latest Walmart reopens most Harvey-affected stores. Walmart been using their stores too as shelters. As we know, Walmart has a contract. We did a video earlier this year with the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA to use Walmart in the shelters. Now that stuff is proven true. Alright, so this is what we got so far. So there's a lot of bizarre stories happening down in Texas. Alright. One lady report bizarre incident that people were being herded in Beaumont, Texas on a planes not told where they were going to. Most likely these are illegal immigrants. Alright. And they're getting sent to these interim camps for a second or sent back to Mexico. Alright. Second, we hear there's military warships down there in Texas, and they got aircraft down there. For what reason? There's a media blackout. We know Walmart done open up shelters. Alright, we know that FEMA's going to have FEMA trailers. It's going to take them a very, very long time. We know FEMA has set up shop down there in Texas. And on the horizon, we got a second hurricane called Hurricane Irma. We're going to be getting into this. So we're going to stay up to date on these FEMA camps, on these FEMA trailers, on why is there the U.S. military has aircrafts and military ships instead of having like Caribbean Cruise Line donating ships to house people in these affected areas, and what's going on. This is the No Face Movement. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. This is the movement, moving to next time. Facing off.